Oh, hi there. Welcome. You're in our home here at LangTime Studio. We at LangTime Studio value your support here in this year 2026. You may notice something missing, and I know exactly what that is. And that's promotion, active promotion of the National Football League. I'm a fan of the Raiders, and I want everybody to know that. Thanks for joining us this week. Okie doke. Oh, happy 2026, everybody. Welcome to another year of LangTime and another year in general. Jesse will be here shortly. And of course, I know that all of us are still reeling from the announcement that Matthijs watches something on TV. Apparently, he watches Dropout, Went Over at a Friend's House. How about that? None of the shows I've worked on, but he'll watch Dropout at a friend's house. Terrible. Yeah, that is a tablecloth. We have just the one. Here, let's take you on a little tour of the table. So, yeah, it's kind of a red tablecloth. Here's a mess of cords. Can you see that? Yeah, oh yeah, there they are. There they are. Yeah, I'm not sure where the camera points. And this little deerish fellow is a deer. And here's our selection of little snacks. Some are for Meridian, like these Pokemon Hershey Kisses, and some are for me. These devilish little chai tea mints from Trader Joe's, love them. I'm not a fan of tea or chai tea, but those taste like Christmas, and I really, really, really like them. Anyway, let me see. Got that up. Well, yeah, I wouldn't call the tablecloth pink. It's red, and it has some little white dots in it. Yeah, it's a really good deer. It has jingle bells. I don't know, like, I could be doing stuff right now, but I feel bad doing it without Jessie. Like, she'll be along. She's coming. But I want to wait to do LangTime-ish stuff until she wait, no, not until. Wait to do LangTime-ish stuff until she returns. Is that listed? I want to wait to do LangTime stuff until she returns. Can you say that? Hey Jess.
Yeah.
Can you say that? I want to wait to do LangTime-ish stuff until she returns. Can you use until like that?
Yeah, why not?
Huh. I think maybe my brain just fuzzed out. So that's a perfectly normal thing to say in English.
Yeah?
Okay.
You're gonna wait to do something until X happens?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I do need water, so just keep
Oh, sure.
busking over there. Did you talk about artifacts yet?
No, I was waiting to do anything.
Oh.
Until, but what I could talk about, I know people have been waiting for this. I have finally moved on to the Thriller Bark arc of One Piece.
Woo!
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means, but woo!
I have made my way through NES Lobby, and now I've just seen Thriller Bark for the first time. Brooke has been introduced. I'm ready to go. Oh, and here. There you go.
Do I want to know?
I think you look great.
I feel like you're biased.
Made me very happy to see you.
Okay, I'm getting there.
But, happy New Year to YouTube, Bib.
Oh, I don't want to upload a video. I want to go live. Doggone it. Oh, doggone it, indeed.
Wait, I'm already live.
Yeah, but to go to our area
I
with
see.
the video in the comments?
Yeah.
I have to hit go live as if I am not already live.
Yeah.
And then here we are. I can explain momentarily why I'm late in case you haven't said.
Oh. Is there another reason? A mysterious reason?
Well, it was because
okay.
I was watching Artifexian's video, which was a little bit longer than I had anticipated.
Than he anticipated.
As well. But I really wanted to finish the whole thing. And before we streamed, not only did I want to finish the whole thing, but also because of our own schedule, I also needed to shower like before we streamed. Because we're going to be leaving as soon as we finish the stream. We are running out the door.
Yeah, it's a tamale party today.
And so we're already going to be 8 hours late to the tamale party. I guess only 7 because I think it started at 9. Yeah. But so anyway, I have no time after the stream to get ready. So it was like, yeah, I really wanted to finish Artifexian's whole video before I ran to take a shower. So
yeah, so just for those who missed the news, you can go and watch the video. But Artifexian is going to be retiring from doing videos.
I think the
YouTube channel.
Correct thing to say is has retired, because at the end of that video, that was the official start of the retirement.
This is true, but there is a little bit left lingering. But anyway, first, we wish Artifexian very well. He's been very supportive of our stream, which was both a surprise and very nice. It was a second surprise. The first one was when Biblaridian was very supportive of our stream, despite the fact that I called him Biblaridon. That was also a surprise and very nice. Anyway, though, we wish him well. For those who are curious, there are, Artifexian isn't going to be doing new videos. He does every so often do a video hangout, which he's going to continue doing. It's not a prepared video. It's just kind of, it's a little bit like our patron live streams, which are not really very formal, as those of you who've been to them know. He's going to continue doing those once a week. For people that are a part of the patron section of his Discord.
Yeah.
And even though he is discontinuing the paid portion of his Patreon, so he's not going to be seeking any more money, basically, if you've signed up by January 7th, you'll be grandfathered into this. So if this is something that sounds interesting to you, both being a part of that section of the Discord and participating in these kind of weekly live hangouts, then you have time still to join.
I will say my understanding was you already had to be a patron, but you had to join this level.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he says that you can do it by January 7th.
Okay.
I watched the thing.
Well, I just meant like if you're not already a patron of his, I don't know that you can join.
I think you can.
Okay.
That was what I understood.
We will see what conspires then.
Yeah. We'll see who was right. Do you hear
It is really awful. So what we have figured out is that either the people next door have moved out and they're doing a massive cleaning for, selling the place next to us, or they're just redoing the entire thing, and so they haven't moved out, but they're just renovating the entire unit. I don't know what it is, but it's every day is a new noise.
It sounds like power washing.
It's consistent drilling.
That doesn't sound like drilling to me. It sounds like that sound when you're going through one of those automatic car washes inside the car.
It's a little too solid roller on solid roller surface. It's too solidy to be water. It is. It's too loud for that.
We're experiencing the same sound very differently. And I think I prefer my version, so I'm grateful that I don't hear it the way that you are.
You would instead prefer to believe there's a power washer inside the unit next to us when you know that we already struggle with water issues in our walls?
Well, it just evokes memories of going through the car wash machine in San Pedro with my parents.
Maybe it's a commercial steam cleaner. Maybe. I don't know what they would be steaming, though. I don't think they have carpet.
Yeah.
So, and usually that's just for carpets, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they do have the disc ones though, like that clean tile and
A waxer.
yeah. Maybe, I don't know. A big wooden floor sander, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's definitely water. Can any of you hear it? No, they weren't smokers, thank goodness. By the way, also big shout out to our own Madeline James World Builds. I hope that you were ready to get that much attention focused on SpecCon. It's like at the same time it was like, oh, that's really nice, but also it was like, it's like 700 people that might now be interested. Okay, good to know that. Yeah.
You all need to be guessing what sound you think it is. I know it's harder for you to hear because it'll be a little bit fainter than it is for us, but we can start the bets going.
Is it just me, or am I devastatingly handsome right now?
You're devastatingly handsome all the
I'm
time.
distracted looking at myself. Hello. Sorry.
I love you.
I love you too. And you too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love this. A washing
our
machine
washing
that
machine.
sounds like a tank is approaching. Yeah, I know that.
Our washing machine as it approaches the end of the cycle.
Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah.
There was at least one time, where the rocking was so intense that it popped the door a little bit and stopped the cycle.
Oh, yeah. No, that's happened more than once.
So, any guesses on how to pronounce the Welsh there? I'm going to say Blwyddyn Newydd Da. That's my guess.
All right. Oh, yeah. SpecCon.org. Everyone go check it out.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have to announce before we get started for real? Happy New Year. It's 2026.
I guess I kind of don't know how to do this, but I want to just mention it so that people at least know what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull something.
Aaron says that's the closest you've been yet
So-
on a Welsh pronunciation.
Oh, nice. That first diphthong, or what looked like a diphthong, I think that threw me.
Kobe.
All right. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm going to do this. So I'll just do this way.
Oh, I'm so excited to find out what you're doing over there.
Ooh, I bet I can do this. Oh yeah, there we go. So I created a little something that we thought was fun. Yeah.
You know you're still showing pages, right?
Yeah, I know.
Perfect. Okay.
I know. But something we've struggled with is Patreon only does so much stuff.
Mm-hmm. And only lets us add so
Yeah.
much stuff.
And
Yeah.
so, like, that's not as fun. And we wanted to keep doing stuff, especially since, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of just... I discovered, like, a minor glitch in the system, I think. I created a new Patreon level that's exactly the same as a already existing Patreon level.
And we did this because it wouldn't let us add rewards to an existing level.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
so,
but it kind of like came with this little idea that I love these old kind of travel posters. And so I came up with this idea to do a kind of travel poster type thing for each of our little animals, starting with Angala. And so now, for those who do the conspirator level on Patreon, you can essentially just switch to a parallel conspirator level for like a year, and you get a bunch of stuff with this. And basically, this isn't necessary at all.
Yep.
It's just if it sounds cool to you, it's there.
And this particular one comes with merch rewards, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, every 3 months.
Yeah.
After you join this particular level, the 3rd month in, 6th month in, and so on.
And 9th month and then 12th month. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you can see it on the Patreon. But basically, it also costs $12, exactly the same as this conspirator. And if you saw a little blip today on the Discord, it was because there's this whole error about getting it to function, but it's like it'll still make you a conspirator in the Discord and everything. So it's all exactly the same. Mm-hmm. It's just like, it's just some more stuff.
And so if you are already a conspirator and you don't want the extra merch, just stay where you are and you're good. If you do want the extra merch, switch to this new tier for the, again, exact same price.
Yep.
And you'll get merch every 3 months. But they absolutely would not let us add this to an existing tier.
Yeah.
And when we went to do the Discord permissions, it just was not happy doing anything new. It just wouldn't let us update. And whenever I Googled the question, somebody on Reddit had already posted the exact same problem, and the only way to fix it was to disconnect Discord from Patreon and then reconnect it. Mm-hmm. And so there was about a 2.5 minute span today when basically everyone lost their roles.
Yep.
And then it came back.
By the way, that says Tanangweta if you can't just completely fluently read Ing Elliott.
And Mateus is asking if the merch ships to Europe, and as far as I know, it ships wherever it allows you to join from. Like the other merch that you should have, I think you already got, Mateus. It's the same idea. It's just new bits of merch that you get. It's called a loyalty reward, I believe. So it's like the longer you're at that tier, the more stuff you get. But like, again, it only goes through a year, and then it's like, well, you're done. And it doesn't let us keep rewarding people.
No, so
so we'll
there
have to
may be more parallel ones in future.
Yeah. But, so we'll see how the first year goes, and then in the future there may be more conspirator levels where you pick the one you want and you pick what merch you want.
Yeah, and I was afraid like we were gonna have to make like a $13 level or something.
That's what I told David. We should do a $12.50 level if it made us like do, because we weren't sure that it would allow us to create a new level at the exact same pledge amount.
But you totally can.
Yeah, they didn't seem to care about that.
So to me, it feels like a glitch. Mm-hmm. I hope they don't find out about it.
Maybe we shouldn't have announced it online then.
Oh yeah.
They're following us.
Well,
they're one of our.
The crazy thing is like we get like hundreds of thousands of views per week. So eventually this is going to get back to them.
Indeed. but yeah. So that's there. Check it out if you're interested, and hopefully it's as cool as it is set out to be.
I hope so too. If it doesn't quite work out, let us know. But like our whole thing is we're just trying to find ways to just say thank you more.
Yeah.
Without making anybody do more stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, I believe the design is now on Redbubble as well.
Oh yeah, you can just
buy it. If you don't want to, join that level of patronage, but you do want that design on something, you can go to our Redbubble store and just get the thing that you want.
Man, yeah, like they have, so the other thing, okay, this is going to be the last thing I say about Patreon. They have a shop that they've added to Patreon. And so like you can have your own shop, and I thought, well, this is cool. We can just make stuff and do it there. And then you can actually give people discounts up to 50%. But the only thing that you can sell in the shop on Patreon is posts.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, I don't know, like they make pretty good shirts and stickers. I think they're cool. So like, it would be obvious that they could just add that functionality, but they didn't. It's just,
Right.
you know. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a place where we could actually sell some of our erotic slash fic.
Ours or people who write it for us?
Ours is ambiguous. Oh.
Woo.
Yeah. Of course, we say erotic slash fic, and immediately George is hello.
Mateus wants to know who we're shipping. And I feel like we can trust Madeline to write it all for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, is there a way to buy signed version of our books? And I'm gonna say, other than finding one at a bookstore or coming somewhere where we are live with copies.
Not only that, it's become prohibitively expensive due to tariffs, as you all know.
Yeah.
So just shipping anything from the United States to not the United States or vice versa has become crazy. Which is why, hey, also super grateful that evidently Patreon says they're just nothing's changed with shipping for them. Hey, bully them.
Right.
Just noticed.
As a suggestion, one of the shipping elements here, David and Central Vowels from Enemies to Lovers. Miles is suggesting David and his rowing machine.
Ooh. Somebody put the wrong cap on the pen, and now it's all
now
it's all messed up. Apparently, blue ink plus red ink equals black ink.
Well, that's unfortunately.
Also, this thing is about dead. This might be it for this pen. Just put a little sad face. Okay.
Simi open to a romantic B plot. Yes, I love how you describe that, Madeline. And by the way, as long as just in case anyone doesn't know, Madeline's book is officially on pre-order and has been for a little while. So go pre-order.
Yep, and also Let's Have a Booba is streaming, and I completely missed yesterday. Ugh. We're getting back in the swing of things now.
Were they yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday. Day before. Tuesdays, 1:30, day before.
We have obviously struggled this week in terms of getting things on the right days. And part of that is because Meridian's not in school. So weekdays feel like weekends because we're doing, kind of juggling schedules in a way that is very weekendy. And so we're forgetting that it's an actual weekday. And so that's a big part of it. Another part of it is just so many family things and gatherings, and we have just lost track, but we're getting back on it.
Madeline absolutely has a book, and so you can read more about that if you go to her website, which I assume is MadelineJamesWrites.com.
Or is it just MadelineJames.com?
Did you get MadelineJames.com?
MadelineJames.com, MadelineJamesWrites.com.
Also, why James? That's what I was wondering.
Isn't that her name?
No, I think it's a pen name.
Think if Encanto was dark fantasy and Bruno was a female warrior MC and there are giant murderous puppies, that sums it up.
Oh, puppies. I thought she was going to say puppets.
My. All right. David.
Okay, so...
I think we're ready.
All right, good. Okay, then. So, first thing that we're going to do is we are going to resolve the poll as we get back into our bat line.
Maiden name? There's a reason it's James, and I swear it's like part of her name.
Whoa,
But anyway.
She has a name that she uses only when she goes to Iron Maiden concerts?
Yes.
Awesome. Like that. Okay, so the poll... Mother's...
Late husband, that's who it was. I knew it was like some sort of family name. Yes. Okay.
I had held out hope she was just a fan of Henry James.
That too.
Yeah. Henry James is kind of like a weapon and I wish that we could have aimed him at the right plot.
I'm going to pretend like I understand what that means.
His style is so perfect. He's so good. Some of his plot ideas are so either boring or lame, though, that it's just like you're just reading beautiful garbage. And honestly, I know people like it. I'm looking at the ambassadors. Like, no. I just don't think it's any good. It's really gorgeously written. But, come on. The American was better. Portrait of a Lady was better, and Portrait of a Lady isn't great. I still think The Bostonians is the best one I've read. Anyway, I haven't read The Golden Bowl yet.
Madeline James correctly calls up the time you pointed out. It's like Beethoven's Fifth, so it's an epic name.
Madeline James. Madeline James. Madeline James, Madeline James, Madeline James.
It's perfect.
Yep.
God, Jesse Peterson does not fit in that at all.
No. No, David Peterson doesn't fit anything.
I guess I just got to go by Jess now. It's not as epic, though, as the hitting the James. Peterson.
There's got to be some song that da-da hits.
Hey.
Oh, of course, 5-4 by the Gorillaz. David Peterson, Jesse Peterson. Any other 5-4 songs?
And so, of Jingle Bells. Thanks, Kobe. We had a very good Lexember, I felt. And so, exciting. Happy to be finished so I don't have to worry about those daily posts. It's always good to not have the daily posting. Because that's, something that has to be done on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And so excited to also be moving on to my big 2026 project. And so that's very exciting. And also excited to hear the results of the poll to find out how our suffixes. David is counting syllables in his head.
Yeah, no, I look, okay, obviously Take 5 is one of the most famous songs that it's in 5-4, but I can't figure out how it's in 5-4. It's got a very irregular so on. Like, where's the ones in the 5? Sorry. Anyway, all right. Poll. We're doing a bat language for those who are new here. It is a language for bats. For our board game Savala, our little bats are gonna fly.
Nemo nailed it. I love rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
That was perfect. Okay, yeah, bats are gonna fly. Bats.
I have a very we need a better one.
And if anyone missed Barry's sigils, find them. They're beautiful. I think there's a public facing like Instagram or something, right? That the sigils, the images could be found, or is it like?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Barry,
well,
did you just release those? Like, is your Instagram just private?
But yeah, wherever you can find them, let us know because they're gorgeous and okay. So I think some images were posted on our Discord, so they were, right? In Lexember. I'm not just making this up. I'm pretty sure in the Lexember channel, you shared a bunch of sigil images. And so if you're in our patron Discord, go check it out. And now David's going to tell us about those suffixes.
Morning Bell is, of course, 5-4.
Floss David.
Sorry, Dark Horse was giving us some songs to work with there. Okay, hey, bat language, right. So we're going to do noun classes with the bat language. There's going to be 2 of them. It's going to be a conflation of a previous system where there were 4 classes. And we had come up with forms for almost all of these. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Pages quit for me,
Dang.
but it's still open for you.
Yes. So as you can see, there's right. We got these, things. That's like it ends in a strong vowel, ends in a weak vowel, ends in a couple different consonants. This one is a click causing consonant. This is a non-click causing consonant. And we've settled on the forms for almost all of these. Everything in black is settled. It was just these 4 cells that were not settled. And so we came up with 3 possible strategies for how the endings on these words, these nouns, were going to be reified. And then that was the vote. And so let me introduce you to the vote if you are new to it. Pages, there we go. Okay, so the first option was the most obvious option, and that was we just add the suffixes and don't reduce them. And by the way, we did all the coda consonants for you so you could see how they were. So in other words, let's say in the proto stage something started off as mamb, mamb, mamb. I think that's how you do that, right? Mamb. So not mamb, but mamb. Mamb, right? Okay, and then we add this ihi. It turns into a 4-syllable word, mo wehi, right? And same with all of these, like, ma diehi, mo liehi, and so on. For that one, and then these would come out as like, mo wula, ma dola, mo loa. Sorry, oh boy, that's hard to say. Mo lola, mo lola, mo lola. Whew. Anyway. And I did mention just that we might clean up that he because it's got a long vowel in the end. I don't know. Anyway, so that was just, throw the suffix on, put it in Lexergy, take the result. Option, I think I'm going to skip to option 3. Option 3 was to reduce it in a major way. And so basically it's kind of like these are just getting added as he instead of he. And so then it becomes very short. So like mobie, matie, modie, makie, so on. And then this one ends up playing with our little like dissimilation thing. And so we get some really funky things like mogda, makda, modnga, modnga, that's it. Makda, Mogda. Anyway, some really kind of funky stuff. Then we had the Goldilocks option, semi-reduced. So it's kind of reduced. So like, you remember the top one was mo wehi. This would be mo wehi. Still long, but regularized. Basically, we'd say the attachment happened before the vowel was lengthened, and so this vowel remained short. And so it's always E in some sort of tone, and then he, though for that one we didn't mention that we could shorten that one up. And then same thing with this one, it's an O plus la. So mo-la, 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 ma-do-la, ma-do-la. Jeez, that's hard. Mo-lo-la, ma-go-la. Yeah, I think that's how it's done. Mo-yo-la, and so on. All right, those were the options. You had 2 weeks to vote. Lots of votes. Every option got a healthy amount of votes. But the last place option was quite obvious. That was the completely unreduced suffixes, the one that was super long. That was clearly dispreferred, that there were some people that preferred it. And so this was a fight between the semi-reduced suffixes and the reduced suffixes. It went back and forth. There were times where 2 was winning, times where 3 was winning. In the end, winner by 2 or 3 votes, I think, is the completely reduced suffixes.
Wow, is that close, huh?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
very, very, very close. And so now basically we know how this thing is going to work. So instead of it being like ihi and unda that gets added, it's just going to be hi and da, and that's just something that we'll need to like keep in mind when we throw things into Lexergy.
Okay.
And so there we are.
So
Just for the consonant final forms.
that means for now there's nothing I need to do to Lexergy.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So we'll take a look and see how it comes in. Boy, you're really dark.
I am, and I don't know why.
I think
Like
this thing isn't positioned just right.
I think it should actually go closer on your side. It's never this close to me.
Yeah. I can't believe nobody said anything until now.
We'll see if that helps in a minute. Is it like getting untethered from its base? It's really leaning and shaking.
Just needs a little.
A little twist.
Yeah, that's all. Ooh. You ever
Um,
have that feeling where it feels like your leg is coming apart from your hip?
we're old.
I hate that feeling.
Okay, so we're gonna see those results there.
You know, we bought a light, George. A long time
Yeah, we've
ago.
been using a light for about 5 months.
Yeah. It was that CBS interview, remember? We had the guy coming to our house and he was like looking at our setup and I was like, you guys should get a light. And I'm like, oh, should we get a ring light? And he's like, no, not a ring light. You just need and he said specifically a Chinese lantern light. And he said it'll be like $20 and specifically to use the daylight bulb as opposed to like the soft
Right.
bulb. The only issue is that what it really should be is it should be hanging down from above right in the middle of us.
And that requires running cords in areas that for our house doesn't quite work.
Oh, I guess I haven't seen the Christmas tree.
Oh, there you go. Little tree view. I actually wonder if I'm so dark because it's so bright outside today and it's actually making me look darker. It has not been this bright in a while.
Yeah. Wasn't it supposed to rain for 2 days straight? I thought it was supposed to rain for 2 days straight and it was supposed to let up tomorrow.
Rain for like 5 days, really. Okay. Oh, thank you, Miles.
It is not related to the mouse language, and in fact, we learned that bats and mice are not very closely related.
Right, because I very mistakenly said
Yeah.
that they were, and everybody immediately let me know I was wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I think of them as the mice of the sky.
Yeah, and I think it was Bibb Laridian said they're more closely related to cats than mice.
Yeah, some wild something or other.
Yeah.
All tonal languages are basically the same. Oh, Mateus. Starting a devilish fight there. Now I want flying cats. David does too.
Yeah. That would be lovely.
Okay, I was just thinking something I needed to write down so that way we remembered, and now
Yeah.
it is gone. So I dated a new page in my notebook for nothing because I have nothing to write.
So Goob, in this case, the black forms were fixed. It was the colored forms were what we were deciding upon. So every week we come to a decision point where we let folks on our Patreon vote for which option they prefer. And so that was what was going on here. And the poll was resolved, so now we're going to kind of clean this up. I do want to make sure that these consonant final forms actually still work the way that they're supposed to. if theoretically we change the form of the suffix. So I'm just going to take a quick look. So we have man and mar. And this tool we're using is Lexergy, created by Graham Hill. Do we have a deromanizer? Am I supposed to use a tap in this, or can I just use a regular R?
We have a deromanizer.
Okay. And then, are we putting spaces?
For now, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, because we added agglomeration. What was the error?
Something about if I put a tap, it's okay. Do we have a tap in this language? Like, is it supposed to be a tap?
I don't remember.
Tap is there. Tap is there. Let me make sure it's in the rules. I've shrunk the rules a little bit for the sake of viewing, but here, I'll open them up now since I'm looking at them.
There is
Is R never referred to in the rules?
well, you know what? I need to just open Lexergy.
We have class approximate there. Do we have a deromanizer?
I thought we did, because I made it so you could just type T and it becomes TH, like the
No.
aspirated.
Okay, well, the R isn't present in the deromanizer, so it does have to be a tap that you type in. How about that?
No, not how about that?
Okay. This is interesting.
No, babe, I'm looking right at the deromanizer, and it that should not be the case.
Am I in the right language?
Like, maybe refresh. Did you take something out? Did you?
Oh my God, I was in the wrong language. What language was I in?
I don't know, but I was wondering. I was like, this doesn't look right. Okay, now.
Okay.
Whew.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we do like that. And oh.
I don't like the sounds of this. What? Oh.
Oh. Yeah. No. Sorry. We're all good. We are all good. There's 4 different suffixes. I forgot there was 4 different suffixes.
Okay.
And those suffixes are already consonant initial, so no, there's nothing left that needs to be done. It was just whether these ones that start with vowels, okay, we're going to treat them as consonant initial, removing the initial vowel, and that fixes everything. Just fixes it right up. Just like a little pasta with vodka sauce. Yeah, manangda and marangda. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, no, you don't have to do anything at all to Lexergy. So now what we need to do is delete this, delete this, delete that, delete that. Gonna make all that black. Perfect. We can delete this. We have our first words. Remember, because we have and then
And by words, you mean like there's just the 2, right?
Yep. And we actually did come up with forms for these, so that's good. All right. We actually need to write this into... I don't know if we should write this into the grammar yet. I think we need to... All right, we've got this. So we have our noun classes. We have these characteristic endings for nouns, and that's good. So we're going to have, like, as you can see, or if you think about something like Spanish, obviously there's a lot of irregular nouns, but if you look at the regular ones, right? If it ends in an A, it's feminine. If it ends in an O, it's masculine. Here, if it ends in an EA, it is going to be, well, I guess it depends. One of them is going to be night, one of them is going to be day. We have yet to decide that, but if it ends in EA, it's going to be in one class, irrespective of tone. So it could be EA, or it could be EA. Doesn't matter. If it ends in, well, if it ends in A, you could say that, but really if it ends in Ra or La, and it could be low or high tone, also Da, then it will be the other class. So that's good. And then we can decide how that is going to show up in agreement. I think adjectival agreement makes the most sense. And we could just probably decide on a simplified form for each affix. And that it'll just come up as a matter of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, so, yeah, we're kind of in a place where let's just talk about nouns and what we want.
Well, I thought we were in a place to have a Kopiko because we just like made some decisions or something.
You know what? It's New Year's Day. Let's have a Kopiko. Oh, my goodness. Jesse got me a bunch of new games for Christmas, and they are all bangers. It's incredible. We got a game called Harvest. It's adorable, about little animals that have farms. And then Honey Buzz, about bees selling their honey. Really cute. Cheers.
Cheers. This is our first Kopiko of 2026.
Sure is. By the way, first time for me writing 2026 this year, you know what it was?
Right here for me.
For me, because I went to Target the other day and forgot something, and so I wrote in the book, forgot lotion 1/1/2026. Okay.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
This Kopiko goes to our dear friend Edgar Artifexian. Cheers to you in the next phase of your life. Oh, that's good. God, I could eat like a ton of these every day. I understand, Aaron. Okay. So let's start throwing some stuff down here. Noun number. Noun case. We already have our gender. Possessiveness. Definiteness. Do nouns do anything else, or is that it?
Where? Just a second. You
I'm
know
in
what?
page 20.
I'm going to join you. That's a thing I can do.
And of course, everybody was still looking at Safari. My bad.
All right.
All right. Oh.
Sorry, I was reading Magpie's comment on ideas for potentially using one Lexergy file to cover 4 dialects, and that is wild. Like, if you figure that out, just absolutely hats off to you.
You know, I hate to keep bringing up this one piece of technology that's now lost to the ages, but the one that Julie Birch made for me allowed you to just state a bunch of sound changes and just turn them on or off. And so it's like you could actually set up 4 different languages, just turn some of the sound changes on, some of the sound changes off for all the same protoforms. It was incredible. Also with a button, you could generate a bunch of words based on the phonology that you specified. Oh, it was fantastic. And it was all done in FileMaker Pro, which was a front-end coding software thing that you'd use on the Mac. And that has been, it's gone. You just don't have it anymore. Files don't work in anything. Oh, my phone is died. Jesse Ann, what do I do? Oh,
Your phone is what?
It died. It's back.
Why did it die? What'd you do to it?
You know, every so often it just doesn't come to life. It's having a think, or it's distracted.
Well, I mean, it is our live stream that is very entertaining. It probably just wants to sit and listen. Oh, that's
form
nice.
Generator with Lexergy integration possibilities. When were we going to hear about this?
I'm super interested in knowing more. And yeah, Magpie, like adding the commenting and then remembering to uncomment them so that way they're live again. That would be very difficult. Karis is a wizard of many things.
Yeah, Karis is pretty cool.
If you didn't get a chance to hear it, you should totally listen to Karis's CopyCon 2 talk, because some really cool things happening in a language that he was working on.
I asked Karis to give the talk at CopyCo without any ideas about what he might do. I was just like, I trust you. You're really cool.
And you're right to trust.
You're going to come up with something cool. And it was awesome. Every talk was awesome. Oh, what a CopyCon that was.
Indeed. Okay. You had asked something about nouns. Yeah. What else should they do? They're going to do number, probably. Probably going to do case. Possessiveness, maybe. Definiteness, maybe. Have we decided these things for sure?
Also, our word order here is probably going to be VSO. We definitely have noun, adjective ordering.
I feel like Mateus is far too sociable to have awkward moments. I, on the other hand, am all sorts of awkward in groups. And that includes if I know people. It's just big groups. I get very awkward. I have all the awkwards. There it goes again. We had a break for a while. Magpie, same. You and I can start the awkwards corner and just sit and play games on our phone. Well, I am so sorry to hear you're anxious as hell on the inside, because from the outside you are cool and collected.
Okay. Sorry, I appreciate that, I've been having some real discussions with folks here. I've just been thinking about noun morphology.
That's good, because I don't know what to do with this information right now.
Well, when it comes to noun, number, and gender, it's kind of fun to look at Italian and Spanish, because both of them come from the same source, and both of them kind of like wear their things on their sleeve. So again, ignoring the many, The many are regular nouns. And just looking at the ones that are common. So like both Italian and Spanish have masculine and feminine nouns that end in O and A, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
In Spanish, in the plural, you add an S for the plural for both. And so what this means, if in terms of like, if you were trying to build this, right, you've got your root, you have this thing that basically just says gender,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have a thing that says plural, right, in that order.
Mm-hmm.
For Italian, you don't have that, right? Instead, A becomes A in the plural, and O becomes E in the plural. So you just swap those out. Looking at what we're doing here and what the sources of these things are, and how chunky our suffixes are, what honestly makes the most sense to me is that there are more or less separable suffixes, and the number comes first. And so like ira would be flying squirrel, and then I something ra would be flying squirrels if we were to do a singular plural opposition. Also, these words are so long already, these nouns are so long already, that I don't think we should consider singular dual plural. I don't know about count mass distinction. That's a possibility. And then, another possibility. Okay. So I just wrote out a bunch of stuff. Because of this, I'm going to make this suggestion as well. I don't think that we should do composite for any of these.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for example, Latin. Latin is composite number and case. And what that means is that on the word itself, you know what gender it is, what number it is, and what case it is. Hawaiian is non-composite number. Also non-composite definiteness. So he popoki is a cat, and he is a separate word. Ke popoki is the cat, separate word. And na popoki is the cats, also a separate word. And basically, I think that for any of this, it should be a different word.
Yeah.
For number, I can see a few different scenarios that I want to throw at you, and if you can think of another scenario, you let me know. So, separate initial word, and these will be from demonstratives. Demonstratives have got to come first.
And this is for number specifically, right?
Yeah, separate final word also from demonstratives. I actually, I can actually see a final suffix. From kind of a determiner. Non-final suffix. from like an adjective. Maybe, and
Yeah. Mm. Sorry, like I'm getting an idea forming, but nothing is clear enough for words.
I'm going to call this singular versus plural.
Because I think it could be interesting. Um, with the singulative collective, would there at all be a bare form where it's just like, it could be, in context, it could be bats. Like, it could be interpreted as either singular or plural. But if you want to say exactly one, you do the singulative. And if you want to say like all the bats, you do this collective.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to put hand and put that in there.
Okay.
Noun. This is the idea that I'm coming up with. So to get the non-final suffix, it comes from a noun, and so like for example with flying, it'd be like a really basic. If we just say it comes from group, so like the singular would be like squirrel fly, and the plural would be a squirrel group fly, like a group of squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
I could also see prefix where it's interpreted as squirrel group. So squirrel is a modifier, and modifiers follow nouns. So like I could see that too. And then separate initial word. Also C prefix, same thing there. Squroop.
What was group? What?
Squirrel group. Squroop.
Oh. Oh, I see it now. Oh, goodness. That is one heck of a mashup. My brain is struggling to...
Goob, for your last comment, that's essentially Tagalog, right?
Oh, the core case versus non-core?
Yeah.
I feel like we've done that in a language.
Yeah. Well, like, Wokothesha has a ton of cases, but then, of course, it's the natural versus unnatural type thing. But I also think we've done core versus non-core for not a LangTime language.
I think that may be right. Because it's like I know, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. Or if it's something under NDA.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have a nominative versus partitive. That's these two.
Isn't that
Some language?
Tapatha?
Tapatha has nominative, partitive, and genitive.
Does it? I think it's just nominative, partitive, and then it's singular and plural forms of the nominative and partitive.
It's got
and
6.
Dual.
Dual. That was where we get the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was just that. Okay. I'm kind of liking this idea of effectively not marking the noun for number if you don't really need to specify because context specifies it. But then having a singulative and a collective. But like that doesn't mean I don't want to use any of the ideas that you list under singular plural. Like, should it be a suffix, or could it be the same kind of thing that you have under singular plural and just, By the way, the light is much better. 2 issues, I think. 1, I think I needed to bring the camera more this way, which I did. And 2, I leaned back in my chair instead of sitting closer to the camera, which I think caught all the lights better. So, I'm being lazy and absolutely slumping, and the camera's loving it.
Yeah.
My back isn't, but what you gonna do?
I'm also much closer than you are in the. You're much further back, and
And lazy.
You gotta. Can I do this?
But it may ruin the light.
No.
I had it. Oof! I don't like that view of my computer.
No. All right. Never
I'm
mind.
gonna slightly do this.
You can do the.
There we go.
It kind of looks like you're
I'm chill.
Yeah, you're chill.
I am leaning
saying
back on my
one
back in
word.
such a way that I'm probably gonna lose feeling in half my back, but whatever.
All right.
Okay, so I feel like
Did I understand you correctly that you were drawn more to it like an initial word?
I kind of like this separate because we are doing here's what's going on in my head, David.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of pulling this information off of the head noun itself, in terms of like as a unit, in part because we're already doing so much with certain sound changes and tone and things that are going on word internally that I don't want these longer chains to suddenly become so irregular that they're almost unrecognizable. And I think this language, with some of the sound changes, has the possibility of that happening.
Yeah.
Therefore, I like separating it out and saying each unit is going to be treated as a unit in terms of like sound changes and things that happen. However, where that's leading my brain is dangerously close to the territory of Ajna Marie auxiliaries, where it'd be kind of cool to have like the singular marker that is only used for this class, but also like indicates case,
Yeah.
where it gets so condensed that it's like we've got to come up with all of these like very specific forms.
Well,
And so anyway, but it's like maybe it'll be better because it's nouns and there's only so many different things we're going to be marking on nouns, so we're only going to have so many of these little particles running around, so it won't be the same nightmare as the auxiliaries when we created those.
let me see if I can help.
Oh, I would love to see if you could help.
Because if we go with like singulative versus collective, same is going to be true of Pacal, but let's just start with singulative collective. There is like in Turkish, for example, right? There's only one article, and that's an indefinite singular article. It is bir. It comes from the word for one, which is bir, and so it's very easy to see what it is. And yeah, you only use it when it's indefinite singular, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, if we have a sufficiently small word, and we say that our demonstratives are coming first,
Mm-hmm.
we have, and then we have separate words for whatever we're going to do for case. We have the potential that these things are going to be occupying the same spot, or they'll be next to each other all the time. And so we can actually conflate and get a bunch of interesting pre-noun phrase particles
Okay.
that you can actually separate into singular and plural
Mm-hmm.
because, you know, there's going to be an obvious difference.
Mm-hmm.
So then we can target forms that are going to have somewhat interesting interactions. So both the singulative whatever, or we'll call it indefinite singular, that one's got to be something that can kind of apply to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we're coming up with the actual little case forms themselves, however many we do, we target ones that have interesting interactions with that one thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think this could be cool.
Yeah.
And I think it will not be as difficult
Okay.
as Ashnamari. And I think it's also begging for the kind of treatment, you know, like that I did with X, where the first noun is going to not get marking.
Like the first noun in a clause?
Yeah.
Interesting. In any clause, or like that's just its. By not get marking, you mean like you don't.
No case, and also no singular marker.
I don't know X well enough.
It does a fake kind of Tagalog thing.
Can you be more explanatory?
It uses the fake trigger system that conlangers came up with when they misanalyzed Tagalog. And so the role of the noun of the first noun is marked on the verb, and every other noun has its role marked. And you might ask, what does that buy you? And the answer, and it's a very good question, because it doesn't really buy you anything. It's just like
I love this conversation that you're supplying both halves.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, it's the type of thing where it's like once you implement it, it's like, what the hell's the difference between marking every noun and then just putting the marking on the verb for just one of these? Like, what is the difference? And there is no difference. And that should have been a clue that the natural language phenomenon that inspired it was perhaps misunderstood.
And so what was it really?
It's just nothing. Oh, what is Tagalog really?
Yeah.
It's interesting, and especially if you look at Malagasy, which is a smaller system, it becomes much clearer. Essentially, it's just a language that has maybe a few different passives and a few different applicatives, and they just get combined. And so
that has nothing to do with not marking the first noun.
it makes it so that it only needs two case markers, core versus non-core, because the thing that is first is made first because of a series of applicatives and passives, so that basically the thing that you want to be in focus is always first, but you have to do a bunch of stuff to make sure that it's first. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so it makes it look like the verb has these voice systems where it's like, if you want the subject to be a locative, then you change the voice, and it's not what's happening.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anyway. And of course, all of this is buried in history, so you don't see it in the modern era.
So you're thinking something similar. And I was wrong. It was not where I sit. It's just that it's gotten darker outside, and I look better. It needs to be dark for me to look good.
I don't know. I think that you look pretty good when you came down the stairs. I think you look pretty good right now.
You're biased. I'm saying on camera. Okay, so what are you thinking about these nouns?
How dare you call me bi on stream? Biased. Okay, so put a pin in the idea about not marking the first noun, but the idea is that maybe you don't need to because like you just want the verb and the noun to be closer. You want less junk coming in between the verb and the noun.
Oh, Mateus.
What is that song?
What song?
Nothing. Okay.
Should we make like one more noun just to like have?
Yeah, we should make a noun that starts with a vowel.
It's what Natalie calls us, David's sister.
Let's do the form. Hang on a sec. By the way, Nemo, check your Patreon messages. How about Ami, because that is a strong vowel.
Right. And we only have the 3 original, right? U, I, A? Or did we also have... We don't have a schwa in the original, right? It's just U, I, and A. I remember what language we're working on.
Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay, so we've got... Oh, right. I guess we can just kind of decide because there are 4 noun classes.
Right.
So there's
There's
actually
4
be
original.
4 different words. Like there could be 4 different squirrel words. It just so happened that, it made sense to do flying squirrel and walking squirrel. So we need a meaning for this before we can actually come up with words.
Because it could go with any one of 4 suffixes. Or all 4.
Yeah. Just in case, that's what it spits out at the end. Yeah. Absolutely not, Miles. Absolutely not.
What did we just do in our patron stream that was like, we absolutely made a word something, and everyone was like, oh, you're really doing that, and we absolutely were. It was in Ulysses, and now I can't remember what. There's a word we created, and it was like, haha,
it was dam that has to do with building.
No, it was something else. I don't remember.
Miles has a point. Ami does sound very cloud-like.
It could take to walk. Fog. It's a walking cloud. It's down where you walk. It's not a flying one.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, Bib, was this analysis like online or was it just like a personal analysis? KobeCon 2 was the best day of the year.
Oh. That was a good day. But also, let's not forget the day where, due to us not waking up early, we made Bib walk to Arthur's Seat twice.
Yeah, but with us, he went to the top. When he did it the first time with everyone else, he didn't go to the top.
Really? I think I missed that.
Right, Bib? Didn't you stop so you could hang out? No, wait, maybe you did go to the top. Maybe Jake was the one who stopped to hang out with God, I can see their face. Someone was there and it was like we're gonna chat, and so they stopped at the ruins on the way up. But that may have been Jake. No, Bib went twice. Lycan, thank you. Lycan was there, and Jake, I think, stayed to chat with Lycan. I got it all backwards, but no, that was definitely a top moment. That was a good week outside of the accommodations.
God. So embarrassed that both Jake and Viv had to experience that with us. I mean, one thing, it was just us.
But yeah. Well, you also had a chance to like just sit and chat with Lycan, Jake. Like that's reason enough to stay right there amongst the ruins, which are overlooking the city in a beautiful view. But yeah, that was definitely an incredible day.
Okay, so we got another word. We have a second word. We have two more words. We have 4 words.
What would be the fourth suffix on that form, just to see it? Because you just did the one so we could see it, right?
Oh, I just did 2, because next is small and big, which we could do.
Oh, this first form is just if you do it
Yeah.
without anything. Okay. I thought that was with one of the suffixes and you were just showing.
Though it's kind of interesting. This could just be its own word.
Without a marker?
Because it just happens to have the same ending. I don't know, something to consider. We'd need another meaning for that, but
A potential other thing to do with nouns like that, they could be like what gets used in the nominal modifier position. Like especially in compounds and things like that, where it's like the root joined and therefore the whole unit gets marked in compounds, but like otherwise you don't see it unmarked like that.
like if they became adjectives.
Yeah, effectively. And like it would allow us to, like, let's say there is a situation where we want to use the noun squirrel and cloud to create some compound, but like we wanted it to be, you know, the flying squirrel plus the fog variant, and they're from 2 different classes. Like, what would you do? But like if you had this stage where it's just like squirrel cloud became a compound, then the whole unit got marked.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But so it's just more of a like, and then from that, I think you could infer that perhaps cloud as like a cloudy day, or, you know, something like that, where it's like you don't have to do anything to it to make it into that adjective-y thing, because it's like it's just not marked for a noun class.
This is really interesting. This could be, because this would end up being this.
Tinguish got to the top and had to run to catch a train. Whew! I forgot about that. Heard about it later. I wasn't there, of course, because I did not get up in the morning. You know what I'm thinking? I think we need to have another celebration, and I'm gonna go get us gingerbread cupcakes.
Ooh!
yesterday, for all of you who didn't see, I made mulligatawny soup for the first time ever.
It was so good. It's one of my favorite
Very
soups
good.
now.
So good, in fact, that we almost ate the entire thing. And by almost ate the entire thing, I mean there's like a tiny bowl left for David and I to fight over later. Never mind. We don't actually ever fight over food. We just share it. So we'll have this tiny bowl that won't be a full meal for anyone. But I also made gingerbread cupcakes, and so we can totally have one as a celebration. And so we need to do something with this so we can celebrate. Exactly, Jake. And I voted on a different insertion strategy. But yeah, mulligatawny, I had never really looked into it in terms of what it consisted of. I had only ever heard the name. And so, yeah, when I looked up the ingredients, I was like, well, this sounds amazing, and gave it a whirl. It's so good. Okay, you said it gave you ideas, and so...
Mm. Do we have W in this language?
One moment, please.
We do.
We do, but it's a newer sound, so it is not something that was old. The R is the only approximant that is proto. Does it come from an oo?
I don't remember. Evidently not. We don't have any vowel-vowel interactions, which makes this a little difficult. What are our consonant-consonant interactions? That, by the way, sounded like a drape curtain drawing, either that or a shower, a drape rod dropping, or a shower rod. I think they're definitely moving, and I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited.
Voice stops become approximants intervocalically, specifically B, D, and G become W, L, and Y, respectively. That's where we get them.
Ooh.
We have a lot of consonant-consonant interaction.
Well,
It's difficult to give you just one. Wow, I was making a face of serious eyes at you.
Man, that sounds like it could be a cool movie or something. A face of serious eyes. How do we get B, D, and G intervocalically? Oh no, wait, that's how.
We just
Never mind.
put it?
Because they're pre-nasalized, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. What does H become intervocalically? Anything? Nope.
It just stays.
What about that funky glottal stop? Nope. Do we have an S?
Not proto. We have a TS that's ejective, but you just need to type TS in Lexergy.
Got it. Got it.
If you have the right language file open. I'm really happy to be spending this New Year's Day afternoon right here.
Okay. So you want these things to be small. You want them to be small. And we want them to be interesting.
I'm imagining the bats meeting with committees of mice as they get help on their language. And they're like, well, we're thinking about reducing these forms. Which forms should we use? And the mice are voting on what is the most interesting for the bats.
Okay. We have the following stops. MB, nda, nga. And I'm going to throw in and nza as well. Which of these is the most likely to get dropped at the end of a word?
Can you go through those sounds again? I need to just close my eyes and listen. And can you put them actually, you put them at the end of a word?
Yep.
Okay.
At, and, ak, ang, at, and. And I'm also going to throw in ak.
Oof. Those pre-nasalized, especially labial and dental, it feels like those could easily disappear at the end of a word. The other ones, it feels like a stretch. Not to say that it couldn't happen, because you could get to a point in some sort of reduction where like the adjective starts kind of being quieter in a puff of air instead of an actual adjective. And so like you can imagine scenarios, but like right off the bat, the MB especially, it's like you're barely getting it out. The ND is sort of like was swallowed up. Velar felt a little bit more open in the mouth space, so it's like you could hear it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And also Jonathan, welcome. Happy New Year. Jonathan with the amazing spread of food. Oh my goodness. Like, I was ready to dive right through the computer screen and join in at that table of food.
To answer Yumi Mista's question, yes, you absolutely can make a language like that. The thing that you're going to run into is at a certain point, you're going to need more tokens than are easily distinguishable. Obviously, human beings have great vision for distinguishing color. But even though you can tell that two things are a different color, doesn't mean you can reliably say for two colors that are very, very close, like this one means bat and this one means inflation, you know? That's where you're going to run into problems. So it's like technically it is achievable, but will it be human usable? Not very. Because we're just not that good.
I like the idea of having a possessive coming from the verb meaning to like. The idea that if you're claiming it as yours, it means you like it. That's kind of fun.
I'm going to write that down.
That was from, by the way, Goob.
Yeah. All right. This, obviously we're not there yet, but yeah, we don't want to forget that one. So I think that you're right, and I think that basically we are looking at potentially,
excuse me, my mother-in-law is awesome. So yes, that mother-in-law I like does exist.
Man, is Remy watching this stream? So
I was in fact a little upset. I told David the other day, like they made New Year's Eve plans without us, and I was like, how dare they not ask us first? Because I was planning on spending my New Year's Eve with David's parents. And then, alas, It also broke a tradition we had 3 years running.
Hmm.
This would have been the 4th year.
Yeah.
I made pot pie for a family dinner every year on New Year's Eve until now.
Love that pot pie.
We have mulligatawny instead.
Can you imagine? Like, obviously, you don't want the filling of a pot pie to be too soupy, but can you imagine that, like in a pot pie?
Oh, the mulligatawny? Oh, you could thicken that up. Because if you just reduce the liquid and use more lentils, so that way it's thicker and holds together, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
That's true. Lots of them have met my mother.
Yes, and so you know that I have an incredible mother-in-law.
Okay, so this is, I did this. I want everybody to look at it. I think that if we're going to go this route, this should be our number for 1. At least in the
Okay.
proto form. The modern form is going to be ob, which surprises me a little bit. But ob, that's
Nice.
fine. But what this buys us is, I think, then we have a singular clitic that could either be one of those things, or well, or basically this one would be the clitic or whatever, or I guess clitic is a syntactic definition, not a phonological one, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of both, but here it's just more determiner, and it feels like, okay, because the tone. Let me trace its changes. That's what I want to do. Let's trace the changes. I'm going to show this to well, no, you know what? I'm not going to show it to everybody because it's going to be too long. So I'm just going to speak it. Okay. It becomes O very early on. Because what happens is that we lower vowels before nasal codas. So it's omb. And then, yeah, it just becomes omb, like that. And then tonogenesis happens, since it's actually high tone. Then we lose the nasalization, and it becomes O. So, let me see where the... I want to trace the changes for another thing. I want to see where the B becomes a W. B becomes a W super late. Okay. So, yeah. I feel like this has to be the form. And so it's O. If we further reduce it, it could be this. And so I actually have a recommendation that we do this. Let's go ahead and do a little thing. So we'll do this. And then we need to delete. Okay. We're still looking. Yeah. We're still looking at this. Okay. Okay, that. So let's add header row of. We'll call this I don't even know if we're going to call this a singulative or an indefinite, but for the too many time being, it's going to be up here. Oops. I hope everybody is as excited as I am.
I am. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this comes out.
Can I do that? No, I can't.
Oh, Jonathan, you should not actually, absolutely was the adverb I was going for, do that. And then invite David and me over for dinner so we can taste your cheesy pot pie.
We actually were invited.
I know we were invited. We couldn't make this dinner, but maybe that dinner.
What?
Uh-oh.
Okay. There we go. Okay, all right, so here's, I'm actually going to put the protoform in here. All right. There we go. Ba-bam! So, after
It's catching up. There we go. Okay, now I can ba-ba with you.
After a high vowel, it's going to be falling. Oh. After a non-high vowel or a low vowel, it's going to be oh. So it's going to simplify. And then, of course, but that's only in front of a consonant or a noun that starts with a consonant. In front of a noun that starts with a vowel, it's just going to be the toneless wa.
And so it'll depend on what comes before it as well as what comes after it.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that's fun.
Nice. I think it's cupcake worthy. Oh my goodness. That was...
All right, gonna delete this. And we're gonna delete this because we don't need this anymore. We now have this.
Ooh. You smell even gingerier. Excellent.
I suppose we could talk about maybe having like some sort of a palco or dual. We don't want to do that since they're just coming in front. But cheers.
Cheers.
But I think we're probably good with this. It's going to be so good. This is going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
Oh, bye, Danielle. Enjoy your day, and I hope the rest of the first day of your year goes very, very well. Happy New Year. Happy ginger.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh.
David. There is so much ginger in these, and it makes me so very happy. Ooh, thank you, Kobe. And there's a little over 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. There's 2 knobs of like fresh ginger. And then there's a considerable amount of crystallized ginger chopped up really finely. Yeah. Makes me very happy. I know what I can make a note about. I had wanted to compile my Luxembourg recipe for anyone who actually wanted the recipe. Because that was a recipe given throughout the month.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
But it's
lie.
an actual recipe.
I thought that, on the 1st you were going to make it.
Oh, you thought I'd make it today?
Yeah, or yesterday, you know.
I thought about it last night, but then I was like, I really wanted these cupcakes. And so, you know, don't want everyone. Don't want all the snacks in our house all at once. But yeah. And we'll, Jake says this is reminding me of the pumpkin cake nutmeg discourse. That was so much nutmeg in there. Oh, I agree. Raw ginger really is the best. There's a little bit of nutmeg in here too. Not as much as Jake's nutmeg cake that they made, but there is a bit of nutmeg in here.
Okay.
Nice, Jonathan.
As we stare down the barrel of the end of this stream, I think what we should probably have for the poll is some sort of discussion of case. Because we know we want some of them, and we know they're going to be vowel, initial words.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of what.
You know you've had the recipe. That was the Luxembourg recipe, right? Like I made that for you as a test batch before I actually wrote the recipe.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so I just suddenly realized that maybe David doesn't realize he's had the results. It was just I did it, before December because I had to test the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go on.
Mm.
Yeah, Karis, these would not be the cupcakes for you. And yeah, sushi ginger is, I don't know if it's fermented, but it's definitely in like a pickling juice. And so that's definitely not something I put in these cupcakes. I do, however, love just eating that ginger. Okay, but yes, David,
Yeah.
case.
So, gonna maybe I'm already gonna cross that out so that everybody knows it's not gonna win. But
Not going to win or not going to be provided as an option.
no. I'm sorry, I just read what Mateus wrote. Nutmeg and cinnamon are the thinking person's friends.
Okay, thank you, Barry. That's what I was thinking, but I was like, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what makes sushi ginger taste as good as it does.
It's pickled, yeah.
Yeah, it is, in like a slightly sweetened vinegar brine.
I don't. I'm not one of the ones that would eat. I don't like that sushi ginger just on its own. Like I won't just eat it. It has to be a very small amount added to something else that dilutes most of the flavor.
So not only can I eat it plain, but actually, if you don't notice what I do when you give me when someone gives me the avocado slices that they are not going to eat, I like wrap them at like a little burrito in ginger.
You know,
And just like eat the whole thing with that ginger.
we had that ginger in the fridge forever. Could have just snacked on it.
but it wasn't a huge thing, and that requires taking out and portioning, and then it's liquidy. It's much easier when it's just there and you can just eat what's given to you.
You just take the whole thing out, put it on the counter, open it up, and just...
Not like that. Sorry, no, I mean snack on with like stuff, not like I'm just going to take a giant forkful and eat it. Oh, ginger fritters. Mm.
This...
All right, I had gone elsewhere in the document. Get back here. Wait, were you joking? You said you crossed one out because it's not going to win?
No, it was just when I hit the document, or when I hit the return carriage, the last...
It kept crossing over. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. I thought I was, too busy reading all the ginger comments. Oh, by the way, I also prefer ginger that is not pink. The sushi ginger. I like the white sushi ginger. That's like the real color of ginger. Talk about spicy. I'm still trying to figure out how people just eat entire bags of Takis.
Yeah.
Like it's spice powder. It's not even just spice. It's the fact that you're really just eating powder that is spicy. And like I can eat one. I could eat a second. But then it's like, nah, I'm good. Like I want something more substantial than just a mouthful of spice. I want that mouthful of spice to also have chicken or something. I don't know. Something.
I've come up with an alternate. Instead of stay, we do hang.
Ooh. I like that. This looks good. There's a new green one that David tried the other night. And I can tell you he does not like that one. I ate one and one was enough for me. Again, I don't know how people eat whole bags of these.
Yeah, they're from Wicked. They have Glinda and Elphaba themed ones. The Glinda ones are really good. For those of you who are unaware, the author Frank McGuire came up with the name for the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba, by combining the letters for L. Frank Baum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that part of what helps to define me as a conlanger and things I like is when you learn of this fact, if you think, oh, that's so clever, you're not my kind of person.
However, Tak Elphaba, Jake's little coinage here, that is, Taki Elphaba.
Ah, yeah, that is good.
That is on point. The weird thing about the green ones, by the way, or I guess not weird. One, it is a habanero spice, and so again, like it's meant to be extreme and very heat intensive. But somehow there's a slight, and it's mentioned on the ingredients as well. There's like a cucumber flavor that comes with it. And it's really fascinating. So I was glad I had one to try it. One was enough for me, though.
Nice. That taste.
Instead of Takis.
I realized something as we were watching something the other day that we were watching Seinfeld. Certain foods are like, it's essentially like a meme that they're disgusting. So like Brussels sprouts were the disgusting thing in America for a while. Also broccoli, like things that kids don't like. Lima beans was one of those things. Unlike broccoli and Brussels sprouts, though, I think we killed lima beans. Like, I can't remember the last time I've seen a lima bean in anything.
I definitely have it in the like the 15 bean soup mixes.
Okay, but
And so-
there's 15 bean.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
That's
It's just
too
called
many.
like the 15 bean soup.
I've heard of a 3-bean soup.
No, the 15 bean has like split peas, lentils, lima beans, white beans, kidney beans, black beans, pinto beans. Like, I don't think they hit 15, but for whatever reason, it's called the 15 bean soup. And it's like the mix. Like, you actually buy the bag of 15 bean mix. Anyway. Yeah, lima beans are fine. And yeah, I believe it was Gregory Maguire who
Oh, did I say
Coined
Frank
it.
McGuire?
I think you did, not L.F. Baum himself.
Oh yeah, no. The Wicked Witch of the West never had a name in the original series.
Wait, what are you asking? Come on, 15 bean soup, which is traditionally served with a ham hock? Come on, y'all.
I'd never heard of that until today.
Madeline, where are you?
It does make sense.
Bubba, where are you?
It does make sense that lima beans would be in there, though, because at a certain point you just start running out of beans.
My
gonna
3-bean
stop.
soup, we mean vanilla soy latte, right?
By the way, I stopped that at 15 votes, just for you.
I also like, wait, where did Miles's comment though? 3 beans only, it's a chili. 15 beans is a soup. Yes.
Yeah, lima beans, it used to be the type of thing where like you would get them in school lunches, like they would serve them. And kids would all say, yeah, lima beans.
When did they serve them in school lunches?
When I was in school.
They did not serve them
Just-
in my school lunches.
Just as a side, and like, you'd see them at restaurants and stuff like that. And yeah, I just haven't seen them anywhere.
Madeline has in fact heard of it. So I think that means maybe you haven't had it, Madeline, but like heard of it. Yeah, this is like next time you're in the grocery store, my fellow American shoppers, look at the dry bean section and look for a bag of mixed beans and honest to goodness, 15 bean soup.
Yeah, show me what you find. Show me if you find ones that say 3-bean or 15.
Yeah, David, who shops in the bean aisle with me.
It's not 7 different types of beans and 7-layer bean dip, Miles.
Oh, and this is exactly the one. Oh, Bob's Red Mill has a 13 bean soup mix. Can't do the 15 bean. This company, because apparently 15 bean may be owned by a particular company. 16 bean soup is done by the what you would get at Target. Bob's Red Mill has a 13 bean. Yes. Hearst Ham Beans is the company that makes the official 15 bean soup.
Hearst?
Hearst,
Oh, Hearst. Okay.
and then apostrophe S. Hearst's
Hearst's.
Ham Beans.
Yeah. Love how easy English is to pronounce and
And-
understand.
And so that's the rundown of it. Oh, they're really good all together. And also, I think it allows the companies to take all those leftover beans that weren't enough to sort into the main bean packages, put them all in a tumbler, and like, boom, you got a new bean mix.
Two things. Number one, there's a car that I encounter quite a bit because I now know where this person lives, even though I don't know who it is. They have the license plate B counter, and I think that it's bean counter.
Funny,
It's-
like
and
a tax accountant or something.
Yeah, and it's a very fancy car. So that's one.
Accountant.
But the other one, I need to tell Meridian about this. I can't believe I keep forgetting about this. At Target yesterday, I saw the license plate, the custom license plate, HUNTRYX.
Nice. Someone must have.
RYX, yeah.
Somebody had to have grabbed that like day it came out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huntrix don't miss. Okay. Since we're at 401, Jess, can I just go through these and see if we want to get rid of any of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to explain. So, okay, I think that these will work for the sources. They're all verbs. But core versus non-core, where non-core is go. Mm-hmm. So it's just this thing, go that, go that, go that, go that, and so on. We'll have to have another way to specify other things. Mm-hmm. Probably compound prepositions. Bless you.
Thank you. I don't bother muting. Mm-hmm. I feel I have quiet sneezes.
The next option was to introduce a locative. So there you just basically have the verb stuff, the action of the verb stuff, and then the non-action of the verb stuff, and the locative will double as a genitive, and we use the verb for to hang since it's bats.
I love that, by the way.
Hanging on you, right? Mm-hmm. Option 3, same thing, but we go ahead and add come to the mix. Come can be oblative or ergative, giving us a kind of tripartite system. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it could also be used for saying a book by somebody. And so then we can distinguish like a book by a person as opposed to the person's book that they just happen to own. And then option 4 was kind of like the core, non-core, except we just make it split S or tripartite or whatever.
So I was laughing. Jonathan says, you don't need to mute, Jesse. We all love your sneezes. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and thank you, Kobe, for the bless you. And Jake says, I sneeze at a normal volume with grace and dignity.
I used to do interior sneezes, where you go like that inside, till somebody told me that it could cause a brain aneurysm and I could instantly die. And so then I stopped doing it, and then I lost the ability to do it. I don't know how to do it anymore. I haven't done it in years. I've tried. Can't do it. Anyway, so Jesse, of those 4 options, do we want to eliminate any? And then here's another one. Somebody's saying like you can break your back as opposed to brain aneurysm, whatever. I don't know. They all say it's not good. Sure.
I'm happy with all 4.
You're happy with all 4?
Yeah.
Even the bad one, Jesse?
Is there a bad one?
I'm kidding. No,
because if there is, like, I'm just thinking if we just do core, non-core, we could always have additional like prepositional kind of things or other markers or other things to like indicate what exactly this non-core thing is doing, but context in many cases could just be what it is. I like having the option of including some sort of locative or genitive, locative / genitive really. Also kind of cool to have this tripartite option. And then also cool to have tripartite without the locative, where it's like you just have non-core, and so at that point you're going to be distinguishing. I'm really happy with all 4 of these options, and so if there's a bad one, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it.
No,
you got to work harder.
I was just kidding. All right, good. Well, that sets us up for next week then. Good session, work partner.
Yay! All right. There we go. Cinewin's explaining.
Yeah.
what could happen with internal sneezes.
Yeah.
Well, so, I mean, all in all, I'm really glad you don't do them anymore. And that they didn't hurt you while you did them.
Mm-hmm.
But it does fascinate me. Like, where does all the extra noise come from?
Comes from previously not having done it.
And so, like, you just, like, you
From
had to
all
make
years.
noise to make it work. And then suddenly it's like this noise is just associated.
Yeah, that's so yeah, at a certain point, my sneezes will quiet down again once I've made up for all the previous inward sneezes.
It's gotten it all out.
Yeah. By the way, just in case this was a type of thing on anybody's mind, since we since Artifexian just retired, regarding this stream, the whole point of this was really just so I could spend some more time with Jesse.
And we so rarely spend time outside the streams together anymore.
Really, if there was anything that was going to endanger this stream, it already happened, and it was Jesse and I essentially moving in together and deciding, we don't need to do this anymore, so we don't care about it since we get to hang out all the time. But I mean, I still love working with you.
And for my part, what is special about these streams based on everything else we do is that we don't have to answer
Yeah, it's our
to
stuff.
someone else's
It's our
creative
stuff.
thing.
Oh.
So it's really fun to work with David on something that we get to decide at the end of the day what we do.
Yeah.
The Bob Ross of conlanging.
That was actually my original idea for what this could be. It was kind of like the Bob Ross version of conlanging. But then I think I'm just too spicy. I'm too kiki.
And then
Bob
sometimes
Ross is very booba.
And sometimes I get too frustrated. Yeah. Otherwise, I really try to be booba.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Alternative suffix. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We're looking forward to a good year. I'm very excited about how this language is shaping up. And yeah, we will see you next week and in many weeks to come.
Yay!